Good evening, hello, vanakkam, and welcome to another beautiful meeting of the Green Goddesses. And wishing you all a very beautiful evening. We are here taking you on a virtual tour of a retreat close to the Kodaikanal hills. So, in these times where there is war around us, we need a lot more peace and comfort. So, let's start our meeting off with a beautiful bhajan by Mrs. Neeta Rathore. Neeta? Neeta, you'll have to unmute yourself and start from the beginning, please.
Sorry. Jatattavi galad jala pravaha pavitastale gale valam yadam vitam bhujangatunga malikam damad 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 dama ninadavadya marvayam chakara chanda tandavam tanotuna shiva shivam shiva shivam shiva shivam shiva shivam shiva shivam शिव कैलाशों के वासी दौली धारों के राजा शंकर संकट हरना शंकर संकट हरना तेरे कैलाशों का अंत न पाया तेरे कैलाशों का अंत न पाया अंत बेअंत तेरी माया ओ बोले राजा अंत बेअंत तेरी माया शिव कैलाशों के वासी दौली धारों के राजा शंकर संकट हरना बेल की पत्तियां भांग धतूरा बेल की पत्तियां भांग धतूरा शिव जी के मन में लुभाए ओ भोले बाबा शिव जी के मन को लुभाए शिव कैलाशों के वासी दौली धारों के राजा शंकर संकट हरना शंकर संकट हरना एक था डेरा तेरा चंबेरे चगाना एक था डेरा तेरा चंबेरे चगाना दूजा लाई दिट्टा पर मोरा ओ भोले बाबा दूजा लाई दिट्टा पर मोरा शिव कैलाशों के वासी दौली धारों के राजा शंकर संकट हरना शंकर संकट हरना शंभो शिव शंभो शंभो शिव शंभो शिव शंभो शंभो शंकर संकट हरना शंकर संकट हरना.
Thank you so much, Neeta. That was beautiful. You started a great start. So here we are today. We are on a beautiful journey, like I mentioned, soul and soil retreat at the Ekantha Wellness. And to introduce us to the man behind this wonderful retreat, we have the vivacious Mrs. Rati Neelakanthan, who would be introducing him. Rati?
Thank you, Preeti. Good evening to all of you out there. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. T. Kumareshan. Mr. Kumareshan is the founder of Ekantha Wellness, a wellness destination in the Kodai Hills. Mr. Kumareshan is an instrument engineer graduated from the Madras Institute of Technology and worked for 26 years with the Foxborough Company in USA, spent 21 years overseas in the Middle East, Europe, and Australia, and the last 5 years as the managing director and country manager of the Indian operations. After taking an early retirement from his professional career, Mr. Kumaresan started focusing on his 79 acres organic farm, the TKN Eco Farm in Kodai Hills, and established a 2 lakh square feet poly house producing organic vegetables, greens, and fruits, and became the largest hill-based producer in Tamil Nadu. As of 2015-16, he started focusing on his passion of developing first of its kind, sustainable, health, and wellness-oriented farm living, and established the Ekantha Wellness Destination in his TKN Eco Farm in the Kodai Hills. He is living his passion and walking his talk. And he will now give us a virtual tour of his piece of heaven. Over to Mr. Kumaresan. Thank you.
Thank you, Rati, and thank you all the guests. I'm Kumaresan, and I'm getting helped by Dr. Saravanan, who's next to me. What I will do is, we are in, as what is Rati and others have mentioned, we are in Ekantha Wellness Center, which is actually midway between Palni Hills and Palni and Kodaikanal. So it is about 3,500 feet above sea level. And we are actually behind the wellness center. You see the wellness center behind us. So we are in the, so this is about, as I said, 79 acres of organic farmland, wherein we have allocated about 20 acres for Ekantha Wellness itself, with about 15 acres of landscape garden, which I will be walking you around. And also Wellness Center itself, it's about 6,000 square feet with Ayurvedic therapies, yoga, meditation practices, and also wellness diet kitchens and things like that. So let's get this before the twilight zone gets into the, the location. We'll just walk you around. So we are actually behind the, as you say, in the backdrop, you see the wellness center itself. We are just walking in the what we call as a central garden or a central wellness gardens itself. Okay, so what you see is a panoramic view of the mountains. This I'll show you that. So this is a panoramic view of the mountains itself, which we can see from here. And we have a huge lawn space. I'm not sure whether I can show it to you, wherein I'm talking. Okay, this is a huge lawn space. So this overlooks the Kodai Mountains, actually, which I just now showed. Okay, and so the location is spectacular because this whole what do you call this whole place is surrounded by mountains. Okay, so we are in a valley, and in the winter and during the rainy season, we also see excellent waterfalls and things like that actually from here. Okay, so you're just walking through the central garden itself, and it's our huge lawn space itself, at least about 2 to 3 acres of lawn space what we have got. What you see is one. Okay, and the landscape is done by a American called Michael Little. He actually, what he does is he gets the whole, once he sees some strategic interesting situations, like what you see here is a prehistoric rock. Actually, you'll see also, which we can't. I don't know whether I can show it to you, but it's all pre. In fact, this whole place is a prehistoric place actually. So we also have some fossil imprints and things like that. So it is something which is we preserve it, and so what he does is he gets a landscape around strategic monuments or strategic trees and things like that. If you look at the other way, it is, we have a huge tree as you see here, and so he got the whole landscape around that trees actually. Okay, So that's what, and the whole place is another tree, what you see here. So it's quite a huge tree. It will be at least 700 years old. And so he develops the whole landscape concepts around the strategic objects and the strategic either rock spaces or trees and things like that. As we walk through, see, the whole place is, we have a, what you see is the buggy tracks. Like we are walking down the buggy tracks. And it can be used both as for buggies, as well as the for jogging or walking or barefoot walking, so that it's all granited. So you have a good acupressure possibilities by walking in these tracks itself. We have about almost close to a kilometer of these buggy tracks. It's a good for evening walks and things like that. Okay? And I don't know whether you can show, there is one peacock just moving around here. I don't know whether you can objectify that one. That is, I don't know whether you see that here. Yeah, it's not very visible. So we have loads of peacocks also moving around. It walks along with us. And this is one of the gardens, actually, one of the central gardens. This will be about a few acres. And also we have, as you see, we have a mini lakes also here. 1 minute. So every garden has got a lake space. Okay. So I will be able to. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, you can see that the lake space is here, and you can see that. So that's the thing. And then the gardens is created around the lake spaces. Actually, now we are walking through the buggy tracks into the more interior the garden space itself. In both sides of the garden space, you see plants. We have about 350 plant species, all either it's what do you call, it's flowers or faunas, and you can see that also. You can see the lake across. Okay, and let me see. Yeah, this is also, you see some of the flowers there, and there are some unique flowers also. You'll see that as we see it here from. Okay, so let me walk through again. So you need to, you need in a place like this to really get your health regenerated, and wherein this absolutely unpolluted. We have more than several thousand trees which we nurture. It has been, some of them are even centurions, and so this is a purpose-built wellness center, wherein that 15 acres of landscape gardens and 4 acres of mini lakes, all those things is an integral part of the whole thing, actually. So when you come here, you not only go through the wellness programs itself, but you can also relax in a most comfortable way, actually. So it's all the stress busters and whatnot. So that's the thing. And as we go along, we also create a lot of nest spaces. Like if you see in this, this is a bush, what we have, wherein several small honeysuckers come and nest. So it's a, I don't know whether you heard the peacock, we just now, make the sound. So we have nest spaces like this, which is specifically these plants and bushes are meant for birds to come in and nest. So we do a lot of biodiversity activities, wherein consciously we want to make sure the birds come in, actually. So we also created a lot of cherry trees, which, wherein that the birds, now it's only young stage. I'm not sure whether we have some fruits right now, but we have created, and there's a wild stream. If you can see, there is a wild stream coming in, which is almost throughout the year. You can see it, actually. And I don't know whether you can hear the nice sound of the wild streams also, actually. It comes through the land and goes out into the yeah. No, you can show that. 1 minute. And what we do is we leave most of the, this is actually is a cherry plant, which you can see it's already flowered quite a bit. And in the next couple of months, we'll have the fruits coming in. And these are the fruits we are going to leave it only for birds. Like that, we have planted plenty of them. And also we have govas and things like that meant only for the birds. We don't pluck all these things actually. It's meant only for the birds. So we cataloged more than 100 exotic birds, which, which has been photographed. And also, one of her investors, she's got a copyright on it also. So we try to create, the wellness is not just only for humans. You got to create an ambience wherein all creations can stay happy. Okay, so this is the, you look at this is mouth of the, I don't know whether you can see that. Yeah, so there's a water body which it comes from the upstreams of the lake and then comes to us and then it fills out our lake. Yeah. Okay, just you can show that here. Yeah. You can see that the large mini lakes itself, where we can also going to start boating possibilities, pedal boats and things like that. We also have caracal, but we are not using it much. But we're going to have something which is more, people can exercise by paddling the boat also. So like this, we have multiple mini lakes. What you see here, as you see here. Okay, this multiple lakes, and you have plenty of koi fish. We have kept it here, so it's in the evenings. We can also feed them, and so that's also a good stress-busting activity. Actually, they come a lot once you start feeding them some biscuits and things like that. And we're just now going to the outdoor gazebo or cafe, which overlooks the mountains. And this space is meant for peacocks nesting and things like that. Okay, the most of the birds, they require a lot of privacy for raising the family and things like that. So we create that one, and at the same time we see how it can be blended with the landscape itself. So yeah, that's one of the reasons. And also we, as I said, we have grown a lot of fruit trees, which is meant only for birds to peck, and we don't pluck it at all. It's just to show also. Maybe we can do this. That's from here also you can see the wellness center. So we just go to the gazebo where it's not yet, we not yet commissioned it yet, but wherein you have evening coffee, smoothies, and any health foods and things like that. And this space is, we are going to keep it for the space here. We're going to keep it for night sky watcher, because the Kodaikanal has been known to have the first observatory in the whole of India because of clear skies and also the alignment of longitudinal, latitudinal, settings. So we would like to, we're going to have, not yet, but this is a space for us to keep the telescope and wherein we can focus on a clear skies up. So we're going to have over a period of time, not immediately, at least the next few months, we're planning to have a observatory. I mean, mini observatory, not the one what you see in the government installations and all. At least just to see the galaxies, the Milky Ways, and early mornings, you can also spot Mars and things like that. So you'd like to have powerful telescopes and just make sure that people come and see that because of the clear skies. Come. We're walking towards the outdoor gazebo was what I said. And all the steps is, we have multiple steps as what you see is meant for cardiac exercises. So we try to have more physical movements, which gives the real, the real toning of everything instead of going in for any what do you call it? Instead of going for a, you know, gyms and things, even though we will have gym, but we prefer the people to walk around because that gives the right ambience and right health conditions to make sure that you inhale excellent, high quality oxygen at the same time. You also enjoy the nature. So this is the gazebo what we have not yet commissioned it, but we're going to have a small outdoor cafe type of a thing with umbrellas and things like that. And this overlooks the spectacular mountains actually. You can see that. Yeah. So this is thing you can see that this is it overlooks the lake at the same time central garden and then the mountains. So this is excellent for evening relaxations and even morning relaxations with a cup of coffee or I mean more than coffee, any health drinks like herbal teas and smoothies and things like that. So this is overall the macro level picture of central garden. And the other two gardens called Entry Plaza and this one is also similar size. And that one is, it might take some time and also we are getting the place a little bit darker, even though it will be another 10, 15, 20 minutes before it gets totally dark. So we'll slowly walk back to the wellness center and see how we can start with explaining through the PPT. I have two colleagues of mine who are the faculties for the wellness program itself. One Dr. Saravanan, he's a homeopathy doctor with more than a decade in the natural health. And we also have Dr. Dharani Krishnan, who is she has been a phenomenal in the nutrition, and she also conducts a lot of programs for overseas also on the digital platforms. So she's our dietitian and nutrition dietitian. So she'll also talk about what is all about plant-based food, which is meant for a human, it's meant as a human food itself, as per the scriptures and all. So the overall wellness center itself, if you look at it, is totally plant-based wellness program. What we created, we also see some birds coming to this small bush, just resting. I don't know whether you see it. So just now it caught in. So our wellness programs are structured around the plant-based food. It's absolutely organic. We use absolutely no pesticide, chemicals, and fungicides, nothing. We use only biocompost, what we create. So if you look at our organic content in the soil itself, it is one of the highest in India. In fact, it's probably the highest anywhere else. Our organic content is close to 55% of organic matter, whereas Indian national average is 0.5%. Okay, so that means we are 100% more, 100 times more than the Indian average actually. So when you have organic content more in your soil, the nutrition and the nutrient aspect of you produce what you create out of the organic soil, it's very high. So if you talk about 10 years back or multiple decades back, when you talk about you had this apple, if you're taken, the nutrient content of apple to have the same nutrient content today, you got to consume over 10 to 15 apples. So that's mainly because of depletion in organic content in the soil itself. Okay, that's a very alarming situation. So that's something which is we recognized it, and also to our pleasant surprise, getting to almost about, as I said, 55%. The normal, to get a normal nutrition level itself for in any soil, you got to have at least 3 to 7% of organic content in the soil itself. So otherwise, nutrition content is very less in the producers, like we talk about fruits, greens, and vegetables. So that's something which we are proud of. Created the landmass here which has got a highest organic content. And we produce close to about 50 different vegetables, greens, and fruits. So we just walked. He is walking towards the wellness center itself. And what you see at the across this one, some of the houses which has come up in our place, because we also have people invested in our place to lead a healthy, happy lifestyle. So we just were walking towards the wellness center itself. So coming back to this, the food content, because our focus is totally on how you're going to stay healthy with the right type of food, and the two absolutely organically grown. So you look at, as I mentioned, we produce almost more than 50 different vegetables, greens, and fruits, and absolutely we don't use any pesticide, chemical, pesticide, fungicide, weedicide, nothing. So that's really a USP for us. And with this, and also one more thing, what we do in our wellness programs or wellness days is we serve only wellness oriented foods, which means that it's absolutely oil free, sugar free, dairy free, honey free, and complex carbs. So that really brings the best health in anyone. And I've been out of medicine for almost 7 years, including diabetes. And following some, in fact, I would say I'm not even following 100% of it, at least 60, 70%. Even then I can see the best benefits. Okay, so that's what we do, and complemented by yoga meditation practices. That's also we do. In fact, as we speak, we have one program going on for a corporate wellness. 24 participants have come in. This is, we entered into our wellness center itself. This will show you the dining area. So we entered into our wellness cafe. So this is our wellness cafe, and also we have a yoga classes going on now. I will just show you briefly. So we have the yoga classes going on. You see there. So the whole concept of wellness here is 60 to 70% focused on the right food, plant-based food. And the next is complemented by yoga meditation practices. Then after that, being in unpolluted ambience and have a physical movements like walking, jogging, cycling, and relaxing in a absolutely pollution-free ambience. So we have come to our classroom now. So what we do is we start with the structured PPT program. And in the meanwhile, I'll be happy to address any Q&As you have regarding whatever I spoke about just now. I'm open.
Would you like to say something?
Hi. Doesn't this look beautiful? I think it's really something which I'm already feeling very meditative and calm, and really looking forward for coming here. So to all of y'all who've been seeing this, Green Goddesses, the Beanstalk Travel Escapade to this dreamy Ekantha Wellness. It's a 3-night stay in this rustic wellness center based near Kodaikanal. Spend a well-deserved, blissed out weekend in Ekantha Wellness Resort amongst friends, a vegan treat for all your culinary senses, Ayurvedic massage, bonfire nights in the courtyard, picnic lunch, and trekking through the selected parts of the 79-acre property. I'm just waiting when I can come there with all my friends. So join us and chill on the 4th, 5th, 6th, and return back on Monday the 7th. The costing, 18K on twin sharing basis, airfare cost is extra. 21 for single rooms, airfare cost is extra. Weather is beautiful. It's 23 to 18 degrees. So it's going to be nice and chill. And we'll be really feeling good after the summer almost starting in Chennai. Providing you with the number of the travel agent. If you all want to, book your own airfares, you can, or we will provide you Nancy's number. And believe me, Green Goddesses are looking forward to spending the time and bonding with you all. We really want to cherish these beautiful memories. I really hope all of y'all can come. And the last day is Monday. So please, whoever is interested, just join us. And believe me, it's going to be a fantastic retreat. So please join us. And of course, please join our Green Tribe. That's only 1,000 rupees a year. So really welcoming you all to both Ekantha and our Green Club. So I think you all are ready. Are you all ready, Ekantha, to go for the PPT now?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Jayu. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll start on the PPTs.
Good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
All right.
You can see the slides also, PPT slides.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, over to you, Dr. Saravanan.
Good evening and welcome, everyone. So I hope you all enjoyed the virtual tour. So now we are entering into the sessions. So I'll just let you know what we are doing at Ekantha and how it helps to enhance your complete well-being. I'm Dr. Saravanan here, one of the facilitators for the wellness programs of Ekantha. So today we are seeing an increase in the trend of lifestyle diseases. A lot of chronic health problems, degenerative diseases are caused by toxic food ingredients, or wrong lifestyle and food, a lot of nutritional deficiencies, stress, and lack of physical activity. So if we could address all these things in a holistic way, then we would be able to prevent, manage, and reverse most of these health problems. And wellness doesn't mean just physical health. It incorporates everything, that is the wellness of the body, mind, emotions, as well as the spiritual and the social aspects of well-being. So that is why we focus more on wellness rather than focusing just on physical health. At Ekantha, all our programs have been planned in such a way that all the aspects of wellness are taken into consideration. So if someone attends a program here, then that would have a greater impact in their lives, and they would take a lot of things. They would learn a lot of things, unlearn many things, which they can apply in their day-to-day life to achieve their health goals and also to enjoy a vibrant state of health and well-being. So if we are not giving time for our health at this point, then we won't be able to find time for ourselves later because of all these lifestyle diseases. So I would like to share some of the important pillars of health and well-being, which we concentrate here at Ekantha. So the chief pillar or the central pillar of well-being is nutrition. So we give much importance to that, and we are going to learn more from Dr. Dharani ma'am's session. So she'll be explaining more about that. And yeah, so we'll be focusing on exercise and water, air, sleep, relaxation, reconnecting with nature, and all these aspects are incorporated in Ekantha's wellness program. So these are very vital for our overall well-being. And we are trying to mimic blue zones. If you have read about blue zones, these are the places where people live more than 100 years, not just life, but vibrantly healthy life, active lifestyle. So we are trying to mimic the health secrets and wellness secrets of these centenarians, or the people who are living more than 100 years. And we are trying to incorporate this in our wellness programs. So some of the secrets I'm just sharing from the blue zone studies are: number one is move naturally, natural body movements. That's what we have created here. You have seen the gardens, you have seen the space where you can do natural physical activities. And we also help with right type of food. So one of the secrets of their well-being is eating wisely. So that is a plant-based diet, and the 80% rule, which means they eat till they feel 80% full. They call it hara hachi bu in Japanese. And reconnection with oneself, reconnection with loved ones, reconnection with nature, and being in the right tribe. So these are some of the health secrets, and also having a purpose of life, ikigai. These will all help us to lead a healthy, happy life like the centenarians. So we are trying to incorporate all these wisdom which we have gained from these centenarians at Ekantha. So a plant-based diet is being followed here, and you're going to learn more about this in the upcoming session. And when you eat a right type of plant-based diet, there is no need to restrict the quantity. You'll be able to enjoy different foods with abundance of nutrition. And this is like giving the right feel to the body, and your body will thank you for doing this. And healthy eating, we consider that as a journey and not a destination. So it will be a really interesting journey. So we combine all the aspects of well-being, that is nourishment through wholesome plant-based diet and physical activity. We also have yoga, Kai Kalpa yoga sessions going on, which will help in rejuvenation of the system, which will help in prolonging life and to prevent many health problems. And this will also be very helpful for a mental and emotional well-being. So they always say that there are best 6 doctors: sunshine, water, rest, air, exercise, and diet. All these things you can find here at Ekantha, and you can apply this in your day-to-day life as well and achieve good health. So I'm showing some of the interesting recipes which we make here. This is a natural ice cream made without sugar and without colors and dairy products. It's a strawberry ice cream, and we have made curd rice without dairy curd, and we make a lot of colorful salads and healthful foods which are diabetic friendly, ideal for even for people who have heart disease and other health problems. So that's about the diet
Dr.
part.
Saravanan, I think we can't see the slides. It's just stuck on the first page.
So can you see this now?
Yes,
Is
we
it,
see
is it
this.
visible, ma'am?
This
Yeah.
is visible, but this is what it was for. The slides were not moving, so I think it got stuck.
Yeah. So we also have a lot of flowers here, and this is like hortitherapy. When you move through the gardens, that is a very good stress release process. And here are some of the pictures of the previous wellness programs we have done in the past. And this is our organic farm where all the vegetables and green.
Doctor, I think we can't see the what you're seeing on your laptop.
Okay. Mm.
Actually, we are sharing it. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I'm coming to the end of my presentation. So it'll be a wonderful experience to be here and to learn the tools of wellness. If we eat well and if we move naturally and if we stress less, we'll have a really good life with vibrant health and well-being. So thank you very much for listening to me. And I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Dharani Krishnan. She'll be guiding us about the nutritional aspects.
Can
Thank you
we,
very much.
I mean, you say that it's not moving. Can you ask Ravi to, maybe he can operate, we can just talk about, next or something like that. Is it okay, Jayu?
But we should give them the.
Yes, it can be. Kiran, can we play the Preeti? Can we play the PPT when Dr. Dharani is speaking? Is it possible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well done, ma'am.
Can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
இல்ல இப்படி
It's okay.
பண்ணுங்க. நீங்க பிபிடி அவங்க பண்ணுங்க. Okay.
So can we start the second one, please? Yeah. Not this, the next one. The next set of, no, you flow through, please. It has got to come to Dr. Dharani's presentation. Maybe you got to flow through another 8 or 10 slides. Yeah, please go ahead.
Just close this.
Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead on that. Next, 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 next. Yeah. So the next one, Dr. Dharani will talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to talk about nutrition here and how nutrition is related to health and how we do different types of techniques of farming to make the nutrients in the food which will reach you rightly. Is anybody presenting this thing?
PPT.
Maybe we'll try from our
They're not taking.
Kiran, you can play the screen share the PPT right now and
The second one.
the one that you stopped on, Kiran.
Yeah, from then on.
next one.
He's just bringing it up.
Okay, so basically what's happening is India has turned to be
The next one, please.
Not this.
not this PPT, the next PPT.
Second set of PPTs.
Maybe we'll try.
While he's doing it, let me just start. Basically, we see India today as the capital. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
You're perfect. Can we go on to the presentation more? Yeah, just go up to the first. Yeah, thank you so much. So we are going to see the plant-based food benefits nutrition-wise. Please move on. So plant-based diets in Ekantha means using fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, whole pulses, dal, whole grains, and millets. Move on, please. So desserts are made using dates, figs, apricots, raisins. So there's no added processed sugar or jaggery. No processed oil is used. No dairy, that is no milk, curd, ghee, cheese, or paneer is used. Coconut milk and soy milk are used. And no refined carbohydrates, which is sugar or jaggery. Can we move on? So why the shift? Because the high fat intake, low fruit, low vegetable intake, high sodium intake, and overweight and obesity is rocking India to make us stand as the world's largest in cardiac disease, and we stand second in diabetes, which are the non-communicable diseases. Let's move on. So dietitians, we've been saying eat more fruits, eat more vegetables, cut the processed foods. But what happened in India? Please move on. So what did people do? They eat 3 times a week. They cook 1 day at home, and vegetable consumes are so less. And when you eat out, the sodium content goes up the fat content goes up, and packaged and processed foods are full of solutes which are not good for us. Can we move on? So the result is we are the global capital of cardiac disease, second for diabetes, overweight and obesity, not only in adults, even in children. Children 10 years who walk into our clinic are 80 kilos. Can we move on? So I'm just going to share the excerpts of this survey, which has been done in 7,000 odd villages in India. And it is 2011-12, but to do such a great survey, it takes a lot of time. And what they found is whether it's rural or urban India, or poor or rich households across different regions, they do not eat diet properly. Can we move on? So Indian diets across states, they are unhealthy. They do not have enough proteins, fruits, or vegetables. Can we move on? So the richest households in India even eat very less fruits and vegetables, and even proteins are very, very less. An average Indian household consumes more calories from processed foods than from fruits, vegetables, or proteins. Can we move on, please? So what did this imbalanced diet do? It brought heart disease, and the global system is unhealthy not only for humans, but also for the environment. Please move on. So the environment front, the commission said climate change is happening, nitrogen and phosphorus cycling is going on, land system change, and everything is changing. There is no sustainability in the food that is processed. Where do you get all of this? Can we move on? Of course, at Ekantha Wellness, there is beautiful environment. There's climate change is not happening. Everything is organic. There is no single pesticide or insecticide or anything used. Pure water, you can literally drink it from the place where you are. And it's so clean, serene, and beautiful. Can we move on? So the land system change to lay the parameters necessary for sustainable food production has been done here. Can we go on? So this is just an excerpt of what all is grown, but everything that is here is natural, and hence your nutrients are natural and they'll absorb into your body very well. Can we move on? So plant-based diets, vegetable, fruits, whole grains, legumes, and nuts, that's what is served to you. And it's so healthy, so tasty, and you feel so rejuvenated in the 3 days that you are going to experience. Move on. So the ICMR in-depth study said that the physical activity is so low in India that even out of 100 people, only 2 people are actually doing physical activity. Can we move on? Here you're made to walk and realize how you can do it so beautifully in a serene environment. You're not tired. You enjoy every step you take. Move on, please. So with this slide, just to say that the vegetables are only 3%, the fruits are only 4%, and it's only the processed foods which are greater than 30%. So this is the reason we are where we are. We need to reverse the cycle and come back to healthier options. Move on, please. So this I already told you, not only they don't take fruits and vegetables, even the richest households don't take enough protein. In rural areas, even the richest families are eating not enough protein or fruits or vegetables. Can we move on? India produces too much rice and sugarcane and not coarse cereals, not whole pulses enough to feed the population. The fruits and vegetables also are very less. So here we teach you how to overcome all these problems, and the agriculture here is so fantastic, which is sustainable for the food that is required for our population. Can we move on? So what are the advantages? It reduces inflammation, because inflammation is what causes the diseases that we just spoke about, diabetes or heart disease or bad cholesterol or gut health. Everything can be improved by plant-based diets. It reduces even cancers like breast, colorectal, GI cancers and prostate cancers. It even reduces arthritis pain. Why are we talking about that? 60 million people in 2030 are going to have arthritis. Can we move on? So this is just to say the ICDA is the International Confederation of Dietetic Associations, where this Ekantha Wellness has been featured as a sustainable and wellness-oriented lifestyle practices, and both Dr. Ramaditya and Mr. Kumaresan's name is there. And out of so much, it was spotlighted this nutrition time, which was the previous month. And I think that shows what it is. Thank you very much for your patient listening, and over to Mr. Kumaresan.
Yeah, can you put the next slide, please? Can we move to the next slide, please? Can we move to the next slide, please? Or should we?
Kiran?
One second.
Yeah, sure.
You know, Dr. Dharmi, you were so calm. You were looking like Sudha Murthy for me. So calm and so happy. Really.
That
Yeah.
is what Ekantha does to you.
Yeah. Not this one, please. It will be sustainability, biodiversity, and all those things. Yeah, that's right. Dr. Dharani is a very accomplished individual, and she has been a president of Dietetics Association in India for the whole of the the global association, and she has been coming in a lot of TV programs and whatnot. One of the very accomplished, most knowledgeable doctorate in nutrition. Anyway, so thanks, Dharani. Really appreciate it. You've done a superb job. Is this the first slide, please, or I think there may be? Yeah. Is it the first one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. See, I'll try to rush you as quick as possible because I think we spoke about sustainability. Sustainability mainly means that we will be able to, whether you talk about food or energy or water, we should be able to sustain it in the sense that we should be able to produce everything without any external dependence. Okay, so that's exactly what we're doing. So if you look at all our vegetables, greens, and fruits, it is absolutely grown here itself. We don't buy, if at all we buy only the high fiber grains because we don't have any paddy fields or this one or wheat fields. So that's the only thing that too we are very go with only the known sources where they produce organically. Okay, otherwise the rest of them, whether you talk about all the root crops or stem crops or fruit crops, everything is grown here itself, absolutely sustainable. Okay, we don't, as I said, we don't use any, even the seeds we started looking at going into the heirloom seeds. Okay, that means we produce our own seeds. We used to buy hybrid seeds, but now we start producing our own seeds. So even for seeds, we don't have to really depend upon anybody. Okay, so that's the thing. So sustainability, 100% we what do you call? We practice. Can we move to the next slide, please? Biodiversity, probably you all know about. Biodiversity is actually a term which cares for not just human beings, all the birds, butterfly, bees, mammals, human beings, plants, everything. So you got to have that, caring attitude into the whatever you do. So I've been very conscious about it. And for the past 12 years, we've been developing this one. So I made sure that we all coexist, not just humans alone. As I said, we have created nesting spaces for birds, and we have created a bird the bee gardens, butterfly gardens, and it has been quite what do you call? You just make sure that we care for everybody. Okay, that's what the biodiversity is all about, not just humans alone. Can you go to the next one, please? Yeah, as I said, we grow. It's all actual photographs. Whatever you see here, wellness for healthy living. So absolutely, we don't use any external nutrients at all. We do complete biocomposting. You will see it when you come here. And as I said, our organic matter in the soil is probably the highest, if not the highest, with 55% organic content, which directly proportion to the nutrients supply in the produce of whatever we produce in that fields itself. So it has been a great experience for us. And we are open for people to come and learn about it, because I think this is the future. Food, and this one is going to be the major thing in the whole world. I'm talking food and water, okay, and ambience, of course. Okay, so we do all of them naturally. The wellness for healthy living, as we talk about, completely organic oriented. Actually, can you go to the next slide, please? And this is just care for local communities. See, we have, we are in a small village called Sembarankulam, wherein we have about 100, maybe about 60 to 80 families are there. We nurture at least about 20, 25 families here, so we make sure that the ladies get employment here, and instead of paying for the fertilizers and things that we pay more for the men and women folks to come and work with us. And so just to make sure that we are in line with the community development, not just only nourishing our part of it. Okay, so it's next slide, please. So as I said, the whole ambience. When you come and look at it, it will be breathtaking actually, because we are in a valley with absolutely excellent weather conditions because we are at 3,500 feet above sea level. So you get a balance, and also we can grow everything. Okay, we both land-based and also hill-based vegetables, greens, and fruits and all. And we made sure that whatever we do is without any exploitation. So we, the tree cutting or anything, we just have to be minimized a lot, just to make sure that we align with the nature itself. And I've put a lot of time and resources in reclaiming a lot of silted water bodies, desilted it. And also we are planting more than 2 lakh plants. It includes trees, the bushes, and also the horticulture crops. So already we have finished about, and plantation crops also. We finished almost about 1 lakh of planting done. With next couple of years, we will be able to achieve the target of getting it about 2 lakh plants planted. As I said, the combination of plantation crops, bushes, and trees, and then edible crops, that type of a thing actually, and rock gardens and everything. So it's a very balanced development what we did without any exploitation actually. Yeah, can we move to the next one, please? And also we want to make sure that whatever we do is all age-old practices, because there's nothing you can really, whatever modern things, whatever come in today, is only increase the uncertainty in everything actually, not only health in everything actually. So we just want to go back rather than going forward, at least as far as health is concerned. We want to go back on traditional practices. So we do practice, as I said, plant-based food, and completely developed. Created here itself or produced here itself. And we train when the people come for wellness programs and things like that, or wellness days. We make sure that they learn yoga, meditation practices, and also long walks. And also we teach them how to prepare the healthy foods. So there's no we make sure that it's whatever we know which is good, we would like to spread the news around and message around. So you'll also learn how to prepare some of the best salads, soups, sorbets, and then smoothies, and then oil-free foods, and all those things actually. So it's, as I said, it's a totally, dating back to at least 50 to 100 years. The practices what we brought back here. Can we move to the next slide, please? Yeah, see, we harvest. I desilted almost close to about 4 acres of mini lakes. I spent about 4.5 to 5 years of resources. And now we are storing almost about 60 million liters of water, okay, which can withstand, God forbid, that it rains. But even if it doesn't rain, we can safeguard our living here for at least 2 to 3 years without any drop of rain coming in. So that's the way what we planned. So we got some of the best experts in the water management and resources management, and they developed all these natural ways of, we make sure that we don't exploit it by conserving everything here itself. Whatever the excess water, we send it to the wild streams itself. So our water is being adjudged as only next to Ganges of origin, origin of Ganges. So that's mainly because the rainwater is absolutely harvested 100%. Can we go to the next one, please? Yeah, as I think I already mentioned about tree planting, and we already have thousands of trees, which is several of them are centurions. And besides that, we also, as I said, we have our target is to go about close to 2 lakh plants. We have already completed half of it, and in the next few years we will be completing the rest of it also. Then it becomes a most livable place on, I would say, on planet Earth, because my vision is I'd like to bring Ekantha as the first blue zone, at least in India, because there is no blue zone in India. Okay, so we qualify for all the parameters of a blue zone, but it'll take some time because we got to establish the fact that the people lived here, who were living here, they lived happily ever after with healthy conditions, at least for 3 to 5 or 10 years. So at least, my vision is clear. I just want to make sure it's all aligned with the blue zone requirements. As I said, there's only 8 blue zones in the whole world. It's been qualified and credited by, certified by National Geography. Okay, so the next one, please. Yeah, I think we already spoke about, creation of pollution for ambience is mainly comes out of when you create all the soils has got to be covered. I think I shared some of the best, safe soil, video to Green Goddess. So maybe you can share that one. That talks about extremely good how the pollution-free ambience can be created actually, and how soil can be saved. So we make sure that all the soil is absolutely covered, because it's something which is soil should not be exposed, otherwise it dust comes into play. At the same time, it also has water depletion, moisture depletion happens. So as much as possible, we cover the earth either with lawn spaces, or vegetables, greens and fruits, or exotic flowers, and greens and whatnot. So is it the last one, please?
Yes, sir. That is the last one.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, I'm done, Jayu. So we are open for questions.
We are so excited to come there next weekend. Please, friends, all of you all join us, and we are really looking to have glowing skins and great food and a great ambience. Please join us next weekend. Yeah. Any questions, Preeti? Just check. I think Uma had a question to ask you, that were you in Stella Maris with Dharmi? She's Uma Muthuswamy.
Maybe I need to see her because all our surnames change, no, after wedding.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because world is very small always.
Anyway. So we, Anju, would you like to say something? Our other green goddess?
Yeah,
Anju?
I am just, this is my kind of a paradise, if you ask me, Kumaresan sir, because I'm very much into vegetables and I'm very much into my own composting, and I try to live as sustainably as I possibly can. So for me, the kind of atmosphere that you have over there with doing your seeds and,
I think it's frozen, I think. Yeah.
She's having some Wi-Fi issues. Jayu.
Amazing to have something like this done on such a big scale, and it would be absolutely a blessing to be, you know, having this as a blue zone here. You've got my full regards, and you know, I'm totally floored by what all you have shown, and I just can't wait to be there.
Thank you.
Jayu, can I ask a question to
Of
Dharini?
course. Come, Uma. Uma, come.
Dharini. Yeah, no, I'm not on video, but Dharini, were you and I in Stella Maris together? You are Jayanti Phillips' friend and Uma Vaidalingam, I was.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Gosh,
Okay.
small world.
Yeah.
When I saw you, I immediately recognized Dharini.
Oh, wonderful. Because people
Yeah.
say I'm not metamorphosed.
Lovely to
I'm
meet
just
you.
like
So
that.
I'm
Yeah,
going to come on this trip. I'm coming on this trip. I don't know whether they will accept me or not.
Hey, just come,
Of
just
course,
come, Uma. Now
Okay.
you also
Hey,
have a
guys,
long lost
it's a
friend.
paradise.
Saw
Don't
you,
miss it.
Dharini, when I saw you, I knew that you were that Dharini. Okay.
Yeah, wonderful. So
Yeah,
every season that
you
all
are-
of you should come. You have one of you who knows me, right? So you need to be.
Know you, Uma Vaidalingam.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I remember.
So I'm coming. Okay.
Yeah, please, all of you come.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Jayu.
Lovely.
Wonderful.
So good. Thanks to you, Uma is joining in. Okay, old memories. She's going to talk lots
Okay.
about Stella.
Yeah.
Stella Maris to you.
We'll
Yeah.
go back to the pre-university days. We were the last
Yes.
pre-university batch.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nina, would you like to say something?
Yeah, Jayu, I think that was such a wonderful presentation. And like Anju was saying, this is also my kind of break after all these last 2 years where I think we were all locked up and, you know, we were all going through our own turmoils. And I'm really going to just come and chill out there. Yeah, looking forward to it. So I would like to first thank the one who made it possible, my dear friend Rati Neelakanthan. I think she's the
Welcome.
one who actually, she's the one who actually introduced us to Kumaresan. So thank you, Rati.
Welcome, Veena.
Yeah, really, I really mean it because you know exactly what Green Goddess likes and you're reaching out and doing it so beautiful. Thanks, Vijay. Yeah. And to Kumaresan, God, I mean, I think you qualify to be called as the Greek God, the green God, I think.
100%.
And I met him when he was in Chennai and I complimented him on the way he was looking. And I think I don't know, he's locked up his age somewhere far behind. I mean, and you're going to also tell us about your fitness secrets. I would like to know all that because
Sure.
we're also aging, right? So we would like to
Yeah,
age
absolutely.
like you, yeah? So thank you, sir, for setting up this beautiful resort. And even my people were so impressed with your talk that day. I think 20 of them will be coming very soon to your resort.
Excellent.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Meena, Mr. Kumaresan looks very good because he's a client of Akatabhav
Ah, yeah.
for years.
You got it.
Really? Oh, that's
for
another
years.
secret. That's
Yeah,
a
it's another secret. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you are right. I've been with them almost maybe a decade or more than a decade actually. Yeah, you are right. Thanks,
Bharat's
Bharat. And,
favorite client. Bharat loves him, Bharat and Mamta.
yeah, correct. Bharat has been on me for quite some years actually.
So, and I think you have a wonderful team out there. And Dr. Dharani looks like Annapurni to me. And I think she's going to be in charge of the food. And I'm really waiting to learn all the recipes because I've become an absolute vegetarian now. I just started eating my eggs again. But on the whole, I think I'm leaning towards vegetarianism. I'm really looking forward to it. So waiting to eat all your tasty food, ma'am. Yeah.
In
And
charge of food is Dr. Saravanan and Mrs. Kumaresan. They do an amazing job. I'm learning from them. I can only calculate nutritive value.
that's what I said. You've got a wonderful team out here, and Dr. Saravanan, looking forward to learning new things from you
Yeah.
about wellness. So After all, I think this is a great break for all of us. Looking forward to it. And please, members, just join for this trip because it can't get better than this. It can't get better than this.
I just want to say one last line. If there is one place which COVID didn't hit, it's Ekantha Wellness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I can understand. I can understand.
Because my
There's one
granddaughter
more.
is with me. She's just 2.5. I got the guts to bring her here.
Wow, there's one more reason why all of us should be coming there.
Yeah.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for being the kind, gentle gentleman that you are, Mr. Kumaresan. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much for organizing. I really appreciate it. I mean, honestly, I can tell you, I'm overwhelmed with this GG team actually, you know. Every one of them, I mean, it's something you have become a role model for, you know, how to be a good association and also for a good cause for the people and the, you know, and the earth actually. So I totally, you know, I was telling multiple people, I never seen the people so organized and so coordinated and so cooperative. You know, it has been meticulous and also very, what should I say? It has been a, you know, wonderful experience. This is the first time I'm experiencing, you know, working with a group of wonderful ladies actually, you know. So again, thanks to Rati to have introduced me to the, she has been very kind to do that. And you know, me and my wife, they known her husband's family for a long time. They were all kids together. So, and the bottom line is, as I said, I truly admire your organization and I look forward to being associated in any way possible. And also I wish you more such initiatives and to make sure that, you know, world becomes a more healthier, happier, and environmentally, you know, better place to live. Okay, so really thank you. It comes from the bottom of my heart, actually. Okay, so that's
Thank you so much, sir. It was almost like, you know, we are so excited because we are coming there next weekend. So
Yeah.
all the lucky ones also join us. Can I request Manju Modit, please, to give the vote of thanks? Manju?
Here I am, Preeti. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, I would definitely like to say something which is very close to my heart. I felt my lungs inflate with the onrush of scenery, air, mountain, trees, people. I thought, this is what it is to take to be happy. It takes to be happy. So progressively, beautifully, well explained, well structured. Green Goddess is so happy to be associated with Ekantha, and we can't stop thanking Rati enough for introducing us to such like-minded wellness and someone who is aiming for the blue zone and who's already in the blue zone. It's very difficult, and in India, it's beautiful. India proudly claims through Ekantha to be in the blue zone. As you know, the blue zone is where there is less chronic disease, pure air, and the way he was, you know, Mr. Kumaresan was telling us about the percentage of organic cultivation in his soil. That's something to really, sir, that's awesome, because the nutrients which go into the vegetables and everything you cultivate is just superb. And one more very interesting line is about next 2-3 years, if there is no water, you have 16 million liters of water to survive. And
You're always welcome. Absolutely.
that's quite a great achievement.
Give you any water, okay?
The community care is something where being human around yourself and extending it to people in the community out there. So I want to re-thank Mr. Kumaresan, Rati for making this connect, Dr. Sarvanan, Dharini ma'am, and Neeta Rathore for starting our beautiful program with a wonderful prayer. Thank you, Kiran, for always supporting us technically. And I hope more people by Monday will sign up and go to this lovely place and breathe positiveness, mindfulness, and set themselves free to the stars, sky, and to Ekantha Wellness Center. Thank you, everybody, for being on board with us. Thank you, sir, again.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And thanks, Jayu. I mean, you've been an anchor for right from the beginning. I think a special thanks to Jayu. Honestly, I think she has been a phenomenal anchor. So anyway, look forward to association, and you're all welcome from 4th to 7th.
Yes,
So thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.
Beyond.